today's episode of the Command Center podcast, it's football season. Football's in the air.
You smell it?
Yes, and we talked about what it's going to take to reach the summit, the ultimate game, but it all starts with week one. Yes. We got that Giants preview for you. And then we got hell yeah, hell no. And which chef is going to do the cooking, you think? Is it Chef Daniels or Chef Russell?
Chef Daniels.
It all starts right now. Welcome to the Command Center podcast. I'm Logan Paulson here with Fred Smoot and Santana Moss, and we are in the Big Bear AI Command Center studio.
Yep.
Nice to get that sponsorship.
That's a mouthful right there, but I like how you grind through it right there. I like how you grind through it. I like how you talk yourself through it.
And football is in the air, man.
Oh, it's here.
We were just talking about that, man. The weather got cool kind of right when that first high school game started.
It hit.
Laying the table for the NFL season.
It feels like football. Like, that's the one thing about it. And like you said, Monday, it was like 100 degrees. Like Wednesday, it went like 65 degrees at night. Like, totally changed. What I don't know. The football guys align with the weather guys. Once that football go up in the air,
yeah.
It cools down.
Especially up here. You know what I mean? I mean, you always get that kind of weather or that kind of feel once the season rolls around. I'm like, man, I'm not ready to put on coats or put on hoodies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's here, man. It's here fast too.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that goes with like kind of football being here is getting a lot of fan questions. A lot of, my dad asked me.
Everybody getting answers.
Yeah.
It's the start of the season.
And the thing that they keep saying is like, is this our year?
Yeah.
Are we going to be able to get to the Super Bowl? Are we going to have the same success we had last year? And I think it's a really legitimate question because I know everyone's got their rose-colored glasses on right now, but is this really? Do we really have a shot this year to make this happen?
I think we do. I think every year we all are optimistic. Every team in this league says to themselves, like, we have a shot to get to the big dance. But I think also you have to be realistic within yourself. What did you do to build on things that you did last year well, or build on things that you didn't do at all last year? And I think when you look at our team, just from a player standpoint, you saw some moves where you can say, okay, we potentially got better in those spots.
And total position rooms.
Yeah, total position rooms. So I think, to me, that's the first step you have to take. You have to fulfill a need or a void that's there. And I think we did that. Now it's about putting that together, putting the X's and O's with those players. So, because you can also say there's certain guys that might not be here that when it came to X's and O's and that particular player, they fit it perfectly. You know what I mean? So now, do we have that replacement, or do we have the guys that we didn't have last year? And it's all about them going out there and showing us.
I think we got better with personnel. I think we got better. You got to realize a year older in his offense, a year older in his defense. So we got better at intellect. I think we got better as a whole, as a group. I think we flipped rooms. Yeah. We flipped the cornerback room to the T. We flipped it so much that Noah Igbenogany, who played a big role last year, is the fifth cornerback in that room right now. We flipped the offensive line room. It's a totally different room right now. So I think we got better. And like they said, nobody's won back-to-back divisions in this division in 21 years. All right. So do we got some going with us with maybe Philadelphia does have a little Super Bowl hangover. Maybe they're just not as healthy as they were last year, because it's hard to go 30 consecutive games with being healthy like that. So, I think it's different variables that's pointing in the direction of it might be our year.
Yeah, and I think just to kind of give some context, and Jason did a great job researching this, is, the last time this team had back-to-back playoff seasons was 1990, 1991, which, if I'm not mistaken, is like considered the best team
of all time.
It's in contention, maybe 1, 2, 3, however you want to
it's debatable, but they already voted. It's the best team of all time.
And so obviously, like, I don't know, it just shows you how special that is to be able to get back to those moments. And one of the things that Tana said that I think is great is they've, I think back to 2012, Tana, and we kind of said, oh, hey, we did really well last year. Let's just bring the band back. We re-signed all our free agents. We just came back with the same team. And what I love about what Adam did is he said, he understood that we were an imperfect team last year. Yeah. So the additions of Laramie Tunsil, drafting Josh Connerly, moving Brandon Coleman to guard, right?
Debo
Samuel, right? All of a sudden you're kind of like, like some of the areas of weakness on this team last year
now
are better. And I guess the question is, like, is it enough? And I think that's an unfair question for you guys, because we don't know.
We don't know.
Exactly. I can't say we don't know.
Like we're better.
Once you got a quarterback, let's start there.
Yeah,
that's the great equalizer to every team. Mm-hmm. When something stink in the room, that's the perfume right there. That makes everything smells good. Now you give him, you got Terry back. All right, you add a Debo to it. All right, Luke McCaffrey in his second year. You add a Jalen Lane. You add Brown's a Bill McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. You add a better offensive line in a totality. Mm-hmm. So that's a better offense to me. And you're talking about Cliff Kingsbury not having to hold back this year, not having to keep guys in the chip, not having to keep guys in the block. Having a Jaden Daniel that's processing stuff faster, putting a bigger load on his plate when it comes to play calling. So I just think we're in a better window right now than we were last year, because last year it had a lot of ifs. Everything was if-fied.
Would it be safe to say like last year was a little bit like lucky? I know as athletes we don't like that word, but there was a little bit of luck involved, and now it feels like we're
to have luck. Yeah. Like the ball. Come on, what's the difference between the ball bouncing our way and luck?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got to like people get mad about that, right? In general, people get mad like, oh, you got to work at it, you got to grind. But we've played enough ball, to know that sometimes, hey, like
I think also too, you have to understand that with everyone in this league and any sport, you know, there's got to be luck to some of the things that happens. You know what I mean? You can go out there and play extremely well, and then the ball don't bounce your way. We've been there a lot. Yeah. But I think one of the things that stand out more so to me from watching what those guys, they was prepared for those opportunities. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing by saying, oh, we got it. We just got this ball back, or we got something in our favor, but not being able to finish it. Yeah. You know what I mean? How many times you've seen a team, or you've been a part of a game with a team, and you got a favorable call, you got a favorable, turnover, and you wasn't able to capitalize. Yeah. This team was able to capitalize on those opportunities. So, do you call it luck, or do you call it being prepared for the moment?
Well, here's the thing about it: turnovers. Let's just talk turnovers. Defense. They got luck written all over them, right? Like just because
it's one of those statistics that's extremely volatile, right?
Volatile, like just because we led the league in turnovers last year, that guarantees us nothing this year. Yeah. Like you can't carry that over. Mm-hmm. Like you can't carry maybe we were just in the right spot at the right time, had the right rushers. Like it's this combination of what happens that day, and like Tanner say, what do you do afterwards? Mm-hmm. Like. Anybody can get a turnover, but can you turn it into a touchdown? You turn it into 3. 3 ain't good enough. You need to turn it into 6.
But I look at it like this too, because I look at things from the totality. I say to myself, what did this defense do a year ago? They wasn't here. They was elsewhere. How did that turn out? You know, how was those situations, those turnovers, I guess you can say getting the offense back in a conservative, not conservative, but winning the field position play. Like I watch how it was in Dallas, and I say, last year, we wasn't quite what they were, but we was there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't look at that as being luck. I say they showed us this the last 3 years. Yeah. 2 years in Dallas, they had somebody that either led in interceptions or picks with interceptions. Yeah. So that's not luck. That's your defense putting you in a position. Now, as a player, you can go out there and be play at a higher level because the defense allow you to do that. So I look at that, and then I say, what did we do by getting more guys in here that can, excel when the defense get those opportunities? I think we hit on that because we went out there and got corners. We went out there and got safeties. We went out there and got guys on the defense that's going to put us in position. That's going to put us in position for those guys to excel.
Yeah, that's a great point. And it's kind of like this weird thing. It's like luck, but it's also a confidence, right? So when you got a great coach, they're able to kind of make you believe in the system, in the philosophy,
that you're better than you are.
And you're able to kind of so you made the comparison to Dallas. Like when I watched Dallas, I was like, they don't believe in what's happening, right? You can kind of feel it when you're on the sideline. You can feel it when you're watching the game. And I kind of was saying to myself, and that's one of the reasons the coach gets fired, or they don't renew his contract. Yeah. And I look at here and talk about guys that just believe in Dan, they believe in the process. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the first step, right, to doing something really special. We mentioned the team 1991, right? You mentioned that in 21 years, they've had a different division winner. Last back-to-back NFC East champs was the 1990-1991 team, right? And again, talk about kind of that perfect mixture of it's talent, it's a little bit of luck, it's
great coaching,
it's making plays, right? highlights, great coaching, all those things that kind of have to come together. And so I think when you look around the division, and you said, there's not been a back-to-back division winner in a while.
Yep.
How long is that? That's like 30 years almost. But no, more than that. Dang.
Yeah, I've been saying 40 years.
Yeah. So, but what I'd say is like, is there another team in the division that you're like, oh man, this is the team we got to watch out for?
Well, we know who it is. It's the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. They are stacked, one. Howard Roseman is a wizard when it comes to being a GM and a draft guy.
I mean, he is, man.
Yeah, like, he gonna fill in gaps. All right, yes, they lost people like all Super Bowl champions do to free agency. And they lost Sweat. They lost a lot of guys when it comes to the trench warfare. But they had guys already drafted like Nolan Smith waiting to develop into who they are supposed to be. Then they come out, then they draft Jahad Campbell or somebody like
Jahad Campbell.
So they just one guy after another. But is it going to be a Super Bowl hangover?
And you talk about luck. Like, luck can be a positive thing, but you can also have bad luck. And they were really, really healthy last year.
Yes.
So they take a bad injury. Not Noah Brown. What's his name? Brown, the receiver.
Oh, yeah, A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown. Let's say his hamstring kind of lingers throughout the season. They're not as effective. Saquon gets nicked 1 week.
Yeah.
Their
offensive line get dinged up.
Yeah, like, because they're not as deep as they've been in the past. So all of a sudden, you're like, oh, man, like this team that's built with offensive studs isn't quite as good. So obviously they're kind of the marquee of the division. Is there anybody else from the Giants and the Cowboys that you say could make a push here?
Before Jerry did some Jerry stuff.
Dude, that is the most the most Jerry thing.
Hey, long live Jerry Jones. Long live Jerry Jones. Like, before then, I was like, you know what, these Cowboys. Yeah. When I looked at it, because, they drafted a couple dudes that I was very high on. All right. And I was like, they might, now that I'm looking at this roster with Deron Bland coming back, Diggs coming back, Siobhan Revere, I'm like, they got to do the backfield. Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Like, I started to really put this team together. And I like, on paper, they look pretty good. But then Jerry.
What's his name? Jason, do you remember his name? The guy from Boston College? It's not Mbuka. Mbuka's a receiver.
No. You're talking about
oh gosh,
Ezraku.
Yeah, Ezraku. Donovan Ezraku. There we go. Good job, Fred. We got there. But but you bring him in, you say, oh man, that's going to be a nice, 3-man pass rush with Micah Parsons.
I was looking at it like that.
And then all of a sudden,
Gerald.
I'm lost for words, bro. I'm like, I don't know how bad it got over there for you because now, not even that. This one thing, and we were just talking about this weekend. It's one thing when you lose a guy. And when you hear the team start talking about him and it don't add up, you're like, come on, bro. You cannot possibly sit here and expect me to believe that Michael Parsons was a
bad
problem
in the locker room.
He wasn't liked by his. I saw this guy on the sideline for the whole summer of training camp having a whole meeting with the defense. Like, everybody who wasn't dressed that day, they were sitting there, partaking in a little, I don't know what they was talking about, but they had discussion after discussion. So if this guy's not liked, trust me, you will see a difference. You will see guys away from that guy and not even being liked. I don't care how much or how little they liked him. The plays that he made, you don't find that from two guys, let alone one guy.
I'm gonna tell you why I like it. The great equalizer to the Jedi 5 is when you pass rush him, power ain't good enough. You have to pass rush him with speed. The best speed pass rush in the league is Michael Parsons.
Yeah. And the best guy at creating quick wins too.
Yes, like he's the speed guy. Myles Garrett, power meets speed. Yeah. All right, so if you take the great equalizer for this guy out of the division, all right, to me it changes everything. Now, what Abdul Carter gonna turn into, we don't know yet. Yeah. We don't know yet. He gonna have every advantage to turn into that. But the only guy to me that could slow JD5 down, like if you look at it, every time we played Dallas last year, Michael Parsons gave him trouble.
I remember prepping for those games last year. Obviously Myles Garrett, I think is maybe the best edge rusher, but in terms of impact down to down, it's hard for me to find somebody more impactful than Michael Parsons.
Man, all I can tell you is I remember doing the pregame show in Dallas, and you know how we do, we wrap it up and then we got to head to the suite or wherever we're going to watch the game at. And on my way to the suite, he had 3 sacks. in the first series.
Dude, but that's how he that's
and
what
I heard
he is,
his
though.
name and I'm like, I gotta hear him and get to this name. What is going on? And it's just like, so when I hear him and Jerry had a beef, look, I was saying the whole time, I hope they drag this thing out to mid-season. Because I just expected him to be on the team regardless. I had no clue that Jerry would let him get up out of there. You know what I mean? Just off the, especially after that whole show came out about Jerry and how he loved his guys. I'm like, oh, Jerry ain't getting rid of this. This guy's like Michael Irvin for this team right now. He's the new Michael Irvin.
Because he still call him Michael. He don't call him Michael. He call him Michael.
When I saw that pop up and Adam Schiff, whoever it was, said that he's going to be, I said, bro, I just seen some fake news or something popped up on my thing saying this guy just got traded.
To Green Bay.
Lord have mercy.
And you could have got so much more.
It feels that way. I mean, someone said this to me. It's like, everyone's talking about Trey Hendrickson. He's 30 years old. TJ Watt is over 30 years old. Myles Garrett's over 30 years old. Michael Parsons, 26 years old.
26.
In the prime of his career.
Yes.
It's like Reggie White. You know, like that type of player becoming available. And you were just like, cool. Yeah, awesome. Like,
just send me back Kenny Clark. He had a sack.
Now the guy who they got, he ain't bad. Now he's great.
He's a run stopping.
But he's 31 years old.
I would say 31, do not rush the passer. And just because I gave you Michael Parsons, these first round picks that I'm getting back probably going to be 30, 29.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Like, these ain't like these top 5 picks, right?
Yeah.
Like,
basically glorified seconds.
You couldn't tell me they couldn't say, you know what, give me Rashawn Gary. Give me Rashawn Gary.
They probably could have.
Yeah, give me Rashawn Gary and 2 first round picks. All right, give me Walker, middle linebacker.
Guess what? No, I'm whatever they got. That's their problem.
So anyway, we digress, but it was kind of a crazy thing to see, and we haven't talked about it before. So obviously, Dallas feels like they're in the midst of kind of
chaos,
ripping apart a little bit.
All right, and you got a rookie head coach. All right, you got an overpaid quarterback. All right,
former MVP, just to give him.
That's my guy. I love it.
I often say give him
former MVP caliber player. Yeah.
You got an explosive number 2 wide receiver,
2 and 1,
who actually
1 and 2
can explode both ways, mentally and physically. All right. All I'm saying is dressing up to be one of those years that Dallas love. Just full of drama. No wins. Just drama after drama after drama.
But it's safe to say it's easy for us to sit here and say that because they got to play the game. So that's why I don't get too caught up into saying what the team is going to look like once they, get between the white lines. But I love the fact that one of those guys that was a thorn in our won't be around. So if the other ones show up and we
still got to play them. We play Green Bay.
We got to play them. But I mean, we don't see them twice.
No, we don't see them twice, and that's a shame. That's a shame right there.
Then obviously we're going to do a Giants preview here in a second, but I think the Giants, because of the quarterback situation, don't feel like they could make a real push.
But you know what? I feel like they playing. I feel like it's an energy in New York right now.
Well, I will say when you look at them on D, and we'll talk about this more. They've gotten a lot better in the secondary. They've got a lot better on the defensive line.
It's something there. It's something there.
If they had anybody, if they even had like Daniel Jones at quarterback, I'd be like they maybe have a shot. Like that's really how much better I think they've gotten offensively. And
defensively. I think they got some guys. I think they got they got some building blocks there. Yeah. They got number 1 receiver legit. They got defensive line legit. They can run the ball legit. They got guys. They got wide receiver 1. They got the wide receiver 2. They got some dudes now.
All I know is too, when you think about how they played us last year, we beat them off of field goals at the home game, and then we end up going to New York and played a little better, and we still squeaked out and won that victory. They're going to come in here with confidence. The Giants always, like I say, they play us tough. I look at what we have now. It's different from everything that we had in the past. So I don't go off of what happened in those years of us playing. But the way they played in the preseason, we need to match that intensity ASAP.
Spirit. We
can't come into this game saying that, okay, we got to get our stuff, because they're going to jump off. They're going to be ready because of how I watched them approach preseason. Like when I saw them out there on the field, flying around, had starters in here and there, every quarterback can play. Now, I'm not expecting much from the young guy, but you put in any one of those veteran quarterbacks, I feel like they can spin it. So you have to match their intensity out the door, and they're going to come with it.
Yeah, so it definitely feels like there's an opportunity and a window for us to do it. But just to give some context, like that was Super Bowl, this is our year. The last time it was our year was 1981 when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was, again, the best team
ever assembled.
Not only in this franchise's history, but maybe
they had a star on each side of the ball, from special teams to offense, defense, almost in every room.
Yeah.
They had a
Hall of Fame
legit
coaching.
Hall of Fame. Like it was a different type squad.
Yeah, so I think it's definitely possible, but it's got to be kind of that perfect storm, that cyclone of kind of things coming together and making it happen.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, could it be our year? Absolutely. And week 1 is going to be the first opportunity for us to see that. So let's start talking about the Giants. And to me, the thing that gets me all tingly, gets me really excited, is this heavyweight fight, right? So in the blue corner.
Yep. Trench warfare.
Yeah, we got Dexter Lawrence, Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and Abdul Carter. I mean, that's a group right there.
Hey, listen, when Thibodeau is the worst player in the names you just called, that says everything.
Yeah. I mean, he's a top 5 pick, man.
No, they would have, they got 4 top 5 picks. Just rushing the passer. One guy they paid, Brian Barnes. You got Dexter Lawrence that established himself as the best nose guard in football.
Yeah, I mean, second best defensive tackle in the NFL, maybe.
Yep. So then you go to Abdul Carter, the flashy draft pick, very Michael Parsons-esque.
Yeah.
All right. And so, they got some dudes, man. But this is what I do love. When it comes to the edge guys, the Thibodeaus, the Abdul Carters, the Brian Barnes, it's only one way to beat a pass rush. Let's run the ball, Lennox Keast.
So we got to talk about the burgundy corner.
Yeah.
And we got Laramie Tunsil, Brandon Coleman, Tyler Biadasz, Josh Connerly, and then Andrew Wiley, whoever ends up playing guard, Nick Allegretti.
Yeah.
And that group, like when you kind of lay them out like that, like, man,
they can play.
That's kind of a lot better, man.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
I like too also what we saw from those guys, and not all of them, because all of them wasn't on the team with JCJ wasn't with those guys, or Tunsil, but the way our offensive line worked together last year gave me. I have the confidence in knowing that whether we added to those guys or not, they was going to come in as one. You know what I mean? And that's what you need on the offensive line. For so many years, we had the Chris Samuel or the Trent Williams. We had that one guy.
Yeah.
Now we have a couple of those guys, from the center to both of the tackles to even the guards.
Yeah.
All these guys have a name or have something about them that we like, but the way they're coached as one. Yeah. And when you get the guys to play as one, also be in unison with the quarterback, because he also thrived off of how well they blocked for him last year. I'm okay. I care who you put out there in front of those guys, because they're going to come and play together.
Yeah, you're right. This is going to be a brawl.
Yeah.
But guess what? If you can pass this test, do you think you're going to see a D-line equivalent to this?
I was just thinking about it. There might be better run-stopping groups, but in terms of pass rush,
there will be nobody that can rush the pass like these guys.
And again, like watching some of the preseason tape, like Brian Burns, like when they put him on stunts, Kayvon Thibodeau, he's on stunts, like their ability to like eat gaps, cut down running lanes and penetrate. Yeah. Like it's a tough challenge, man. It's a tough challenge. And Dexter Lawrence, man, like what was it? Like the first 9 games of last year, there has not been a more dominant player that I have watched.
But I can tell you this.
Yeah,
if anybody handled him, it was Tyler Biadasz.
Yeah,
that was put him in the cooler, man.
Gave him a run for his money
listen to me, Biadasz. All right, Dexter, you will not be doing your dance today. All right? So if anybody I can say kept him in check, it was Biadasz.
Yeah, so I think that group is like watching them on third down in the preseason. The Giants,
scary.
Man, they was running off
scary.
That day. It was a track meet.
It was hot. It was high octane. It was explosive.
Yeah.
It had a smoothness about it, and it's just disruptive. That's what I saw. I saw them disrupted everything.
So let's talk about it. Like, how do you mitigate that group? And to me, Fred already alluded to it. You got to run the ball. You got to just be efficient on first down. So that's running the ball. That's quick game. That's RPO. That's being selective about your shots. That's Cliff calling a good game.
There's screens. There's draws. All right, the best way to stop a great pass rush is to make them run sideways. All right, to make them run what we call empty gaps. All right, empty gap is, y'all done ran y'all stunt, but guess what? We backing up because we throwing a running back screen. Yeah. Now you got to retract yourself and run back. All right, I come back the next play and run right at you again. Yeah. All right, here go the thing about it is, I have to wear you down.
Yeah.
It's only you have to earn the right to rush the pass.
You have to also too, when it comes to some of the things that you do schematically, when you start putting those motions in and getting them to not be in those sets that they want to sit in, when you start getting those zips and zaps and cracking those guys, now they not just running upfield freely thinking they can just get out there. Like, you have to basically scheme up something to make sure that those ends are always peaking to see what's going on. Formation wise, do I got an extra blocker coming in down there on me? You can't get them that have them comfortable. You got to make sure.
You can't give them a free highway.
Now when you got them thinking, you got them looking, that's that 1 second that they needed to really get off the field and be special. So
that's a great point, Tana, because again, the reason first down's so hard to rush the passer is because we can run the ball, we can go quick game, we can go screen. Everything in the menus on the table.
Open.
I got to think. The longer down in distances, that's where they can be more aggressive. Third and 8, third and 10, third and 12. So again, Jaden Daniels presents a different dynamic for those rushers because he can break the pocket. But I love what you're talking there. Even just by aligning guys in tight splits. If I have to think as a rusher, am I getting cracked? Like, what's going on here? Like, that slows me down, right? Cadence is another huge part of this, right? Those guys are so juiced up. Can we go on a hard 2? Anything to slow those guys down. And again, Tana said this already. Cliff and Coach Johnson did such a great job galvanizing that group last year and calling games. I think they can handle it, but it's going to take all hands on deck to handle this group.
You're going to have to coach your way out of this one. Like, this one ain't just about the Jimmy and the Joes. This is about the X's and O's.
And the other thing, when you look at the second game last year, like, they were able to run the ball. The Commanders were able to run the ball on them. And then it negates the pass rush, right? So again, it's just, if you're efficient on first down, second down, you're in manageable situations. Like, they have this package that they trot out, the Giants, where it's like Abdul Carter's playing 3 technique, Brian Bird's on the edge, Kayvon Tippett at the edge, Dexter Lawrence at the shade. Like, you don't want that. Get that. I don't want to see that at any point, because then we got to deal with it. But so again, it's going to be an awesome physical matchup. I think the Jimmies are a lot better. Like Laramie Tunsil, I think, can handle all these guys, which is exciting. Josh Connolly's getting better. You mentioned Beata, but it's also, there's some X's and O's elements that need to be explored in a matchup like this.
You're going to have them X's and O's in this one. Like, you're going to, and y'all right, it got to be tight formations, like a lot of bunch, a lot of stack, a lot of that, because it muddy up the pass rush.
And the other thing that they do naturally is just going on the hurry up. Because I'll tell you, watching a guy who's had to play fast down in distances, try to rush the passer when they're a little first game of the year, going to be a little tired.
That's how you take Dexy Lawrence out of there. Like 10 plays in a row with no time to rest in between.
Dexy sitting on the sideline like that with his hands on the hip. You already know it's been a long one for him.
So there's lots of tools. I think they'll have to use all of them to kind of handle that group. The other thing we talked about a little bit already is the quarterback situation in New York. And I think it's one of the most, to me, it's maybe the most fun group in the NFL.
They got a fun room. They eating W's, all kind of stuff in there.
Russell Wilson.
When you got Jameis.
And is it, I was going to say, is it just fun because Jameis is there? Really, probably.
It is, because if it was just Russell by itself, you would have been hearing so much, oh my God, these guys, like peeling paint. You know what I mean?
Russ got that old politician soul. And Jameis going to come in there with this.
Dude, he is so energy. Funny, man.
Listen,
I love him, though.
I love James.
I love him. He is the quarterback Fred Smoot.
Listen, I love James, and I actually think James is dangerous on the field. Like,
well, that's the thing. So this is the question that I want to ask you guys. Of the three, who's the person you want to play against, and who is the person you least want to play against?
I want to say I want to play against the rookie. I'm gonna give you the right answer.
Yeah, that is politically.
I want to play against the rookie because I want him to be a rookie.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. We played against Russell. He's beat us last year in Pittsburgh. Russ one of those guys, man.
That's a great file by you, Tanner.
Just when you feel like you have Russ where you want him, he finds a way to get it done. So I'm never going to underestimate Russ. James is one of those guys. He could be a hurricane for both sides. He can throw 5 touchdowns and throw 5 picks. You know what I mean? And then the young guy, he's going to be a young guy. You know what I mean? You could probably put him in situations where he has to think and it just get overwhelming for him. So I would say the rookie, man.
The only reason I would say Russ is because it seems like Russ is on a time clock right now. Like, you're a placeholder. It's like you're holding it for Jackson Dart.
But this is one game. This is first game.
He ain't gonna let it go that quick. I totally understand, but I think I would rather see the old politician Russ because I got so big in the trenches.
You call him a politician?
He is a politician. I would rather see Russ especially because we got so big in the trenches.
Yeah.
He got to throw over these guys.
Yeah.
He the shortest one of the quarterbacks.
But that's
that
what
they
he do. He throw them.
the moon ball. All right, but get what? I got Trey Amos. I got some more guys out here that like to catch moon ball. So I would rather play Russell off of size alone. Like, I want to keep him in the pocket, wrapped up, and I want to make him throw over the defensive lineman, not in between. Him and Drew Brees do a good job of all their career. They don't throw over guys. They throw in between.
Yeah.
So I probably have to say I'd like to play Jackson Dart. I went back and watched all their clips from the preseason, everybody, right? And so Jackson Dart, there is good. There's some really good stuff.
Yeah.
You see the arm talent.
He ain't bad at all.
You see kind of that elusive, little bit of crazy horse, like early Josh Allen stuff.
Josh Allen.
Little that kind of, I'm running around.
And I'm going to throw it over here.
You're like, don't do that.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm playing against that, I'm like, do that.
Do that all day.
Yeah, Trey Amos will pick that off. Or Mike Sanders doesn't make that go. So there is a high ceiling. I think you might be a good football player, right?
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ready right now.
Not now.
When you watch Russell in the preseason, like he can do, like there's a lot of limitations to his game, the size, he can't run around the same we used to. But at the line of scrimmage, like he's played so much ball, like they have a big check with me package where he's like, it's 2 safeties, I'm checking to a run, I'm doing this. And he hits some pretty impressive play action shots. And again, it's down the field. It's these moonball shots. And they've got enough speed on the perimeter where it's like, I think if they can run the ball with Tyrone Tracy.
I was just finna say that.
He's not going to mess it up for you.
Yeah. Play action is where he excels at because he gets to get deeper into his drop.
And this is one of the things I want to say too, is they are a defensive-led football team. So they just need to possess offensively, possess the ball. And then when the look presents itself, shot.
Hit you.
Like, so they're going to get a body shot, run the ball, screen. Like, if you watch the way they called plays, it's like screen, run, Tyrone Tracy, Theo Johnson, their big tight end, that rookie from Penn State, who's a big kind of freaky Gronk-like type of player. And then all of a sudden it's like, hey, here's 2nd and 2, play action shot. Russ, I'm not kidding. Hits a post to some guy from Notre Dame, I forget his name, over the top for an 80-yard touchdown. Like that's what they're going to do to you. And if you let them stay in a close game, which the defense might allow them to do.
No. The defense is going to keep them into games until they're not.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
like that's the formula for them. And I think because the defense, and again, we haven't talked about the secondary of the defense. They've got a lot better in the back end, man.
Once you get better on the front end, I can have Moses in the back end. We gonna be okay. What I'm saying is, when you got
Moses of all people?
Because when he poured that Red Sea, you know what I'm saying? People get out the way. All I'm saying is, when you have a front like that as a DB, I'm not backing up. Like I'm not in backpedal mode. I'm going the opposite direction. I'm going downhill. Like I'm playing downhill, and I'm sure those cornerbacks and safety, like they just inching it, like they want to.
Because you got to get rid of that football.
But you got to watch who you go downhill on, because you go downhill on JD5 when he can break, the play breaks down. But they go to give and the catch. You got to play zone against him, right?
They like playing zone. Shane Bowen is the defense coordinator. He's a quarter 6'2", and his changeup pitch is the man coverage. Is the man coverage. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to be zone pressure. They want to be zone. And so like that's where I think it's a good matchup.
JD5 dictates you got to zone blitz me. You can't turn your back to me. So I want to see that back and forth with the offensive and defensive coordinator. I think that's going to decide this game.
I was going to say that. That's what it basically come down to, because it looked like you have players on both sides that can
make it happen.
Defensively and offensively. Now it's going to be that chess match with the OC and the DC to see who's going to outplay each other or out scheme each other.
And the other one I want to ask you about before we move on to Washington, just kind of talking about some stuff there, is Malik Neighbors, man. In both matchups, when he's healthy, is devastating. He's a he had a 25% target share last year.
He's a problem. He's a problem.
And let's not forget about the other guy over there, man. They just paid him too. No, 82.
What is his name? So I'll look it up. You talk amongst yourselves.
Mad that I'm getting a brain freeze with him right now. But
it's early in the morning.
He's been one of their, I think it's 86.
Slade. Darius Slayton.
No. Yeah, Slayton. Yes, there we go. Yeah.
He is a problem too.
Yeah, he a team captain right now.
They don't give him enough credit. And I've been a fan of him since I saw him run routes, like, oh yeah, he got something.
Well, this is what I do love. A guy like Trey Amos been playing against Malik Neighbors since he's been in the SEC. All right, so he ain't gonna be shell shocked with him. Yeah. Mike Sanders still got a taste of him last year. Lattimore is finally healthy, so I think we're good in the back end. Like I say, at the end of the day, this gonna be one of these things where I think the coordinators will decide this game. I don't think this is a football player's game. I think this is a coach's game.
Yeah. So to me, it's how do you take away Malik Neighbors? How do you stop the run? These are like high level things, but like take it out of the defense's hand. And if the offense scores a bunch of points and you force Russ to have to quote unquote cook. Like I want him cooking back there.
Yeah, let's ride. I want him ride. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want him riding. That's what I want him to.
So, and the way I think the offense cooks is obviously Cliff is they kind of spread you out to run the football. Yeah. But when that explosive opportunity comes, they're able to capitalize it. So you got Jane Daniels and Terry McLaurin. Terry's back in the fold, obviously. Yeah. Really excited about that. But in 2024, 24 contested catches. That's first in the NFL. 10 TDs versus single coverage, that's first in the NFL, and 135.2 quarterback rating, that's first in the NFL. So I look at them and I say, like, if we can get some of that same magic cooking this year.
Which one of them that stick out to you? Because it's the 10 touchdown versus single coverage. That's disrespect to me.
It's the quarterback. The single coverage, yes.
Single coverage,
but to me, the QBR rating is also really good there too.
But when I see that, I say, you won't respect my number one.
Yeah. Right, but we're going to give you 10 touchdowns off that.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm okay
because you would never do that with Jamar Chase.
I love that disrespect.
That's what I'm saying.
I love it.
But that to me, when I read that, in my head, I'm like,
because everyone throws that stat out. I'm like, it's crazy that he doesn't. If this is the production you're getting out of that group, and like that's such a flashpoint of the offense, like think about it. Like there'd be games where he's quiet, but then I look back at like the Pittsburgh game, the Philly game, where he's beating guys like definitively over the top of the defense, which you say what you want about Jamar Chase, say what you want about some of these guys, like the way Terry just runs through coverages. I don't know if it's if it's Jaden's ball.
Hey,
no, I'm gonna say
I told you it's a little rice sprinkle in there.
I've been telling y'all from day one. They don't give Terry enough credit as being a fast receiver.
Actually, yes,
because they look at how he does it, and it's not sexy to them. It doesn't flash. It doesn't jump off the chart like some of these other guys, because you know why? He hasn't been used that way. You know, if you look at all the other quarterbacks, you see Terry getting those catches and you say, well, he didn't just flat out run past somebody, catch a bomb and keep it moving. It's almost been like Terry had to grind. He based his game and his style is basically from where he plays where he's from. He looked like a guy that came from Indy, because everything is always in the trenches with him. He catching these slants, he's catching these underneath passes, and then every now and then you see him hit somebody down the middle. And you're like, oh, Terry just got behind somebody. You surprised? He can run. So he said this 2 years ago, they don't respect he's a 4.3, 4.4 guy. Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I respect it because I see it. But it doesn't jump off the chart because some of these other guys, they doing it ad nauseum. They always going down the field with him. So that's what I love about Terry's game, because when you slipping and when you sleeping and not expect him to get downfield on you, like that Cowboy game at home last year. I wasn't surprised when he caught that thing and he was
going.
He was
John Deere.
They don't respect that, and I want to see more of that. I want to see us attack that. I think if we, with the addition of Debo, having a chance to have Noah out there too, with all those guys, with those people on the field, let's make Terry that guy that take the top off. I guarantee you they won't expect it. The other teams won't expect us to do it because you haven't seen it. You've been seeing Terry do all the hard stuff. Now you have Debo for that. Now you have Noah for that. Let Terry be that guy that's going to take the top off.
It becomes a really interesting playmaking group now that he's back in the fold, because again, like we watched that, what was that on Command Center last week? We were watching those goes, just how he works the stems and how he's able to get guys to open their hips. It's like a master class in like subtle nuances of route running.
Poetry.
And it's almost like he sneak up on them because they don't expect him to be that fast. And before you know he's behind them.
Yeah, it's poetry in motion. Like it's always a method to his madness. I don't care if it's a little hitch. I don't care if it's like a stutter, a head motion. Like it's something that he's setting you up with.
And what's special about it now, you have the quarterback to put the ball up quick enough. So when he does it, he don't have to worry about running 30 yards before the ball get up in the air. You know what I mean? Now he's covered. You know what I'm saying? If I beat you now with that subtle movement and get you to move your feet, that one little step that I need, and then the ball coming down by the time you recover, yeah, it's too late.
That was the other thing, watching all those explosive plays, getting ready for that, is the ball placement. Like their chemistry was top shelf. And so again, like you talk about, oh man, how do we get it out of the Giants' hands? Like get it out of it being a defensive driven football game.
Yeah.
If you can pass protect, hit it over the top, when those moments come, like that's going to be a pretty devastating combination.
And Terry has kind of had his way with old Banks.
Yeah.
Apparently Banks is playing better. I mean, this is like everybody's playing. You know, like this is like coming out of the training camp.
I've been saying everybody looks good.
Everybody looks amazing. Everyone's playing good ball.
Until the first game.
First day of school. Everybody gonna look good
got new clothes. What happened in Wednesday is the question.
Everybody gonna look good
You
anyway.
got to put them Aaron Jordans on.
So yeah, but yeah, I agree. Like that's going to be an exciting combination to see how the chemistry looks, how they are coming back, and yeah, I really just can't wait. All right, now time for the fan favorite. Hell yeah, or
Hell no.
Dog. You guys are getting so good at that. All right. So this is a tough one. Malik Neighbors will be held without a touchdown.
I believe in Trey. I believe
And Marshawn, right?
in Mike. I believe in Marshawn. I believe
I thought he was done,
in
but we're
Kinlaw. I believe in Joe Witt. I believe we can keep this man out the end zone.
I'm gonna say hell no.
Why? Because he's gonna have like 15 times.
I mean, that's the thing is
he gets a lot of attempts,
Yeah.
and we saw even last year when we held those guys and they found a way to get in that red zone. They're gonna find a way to get him the ball, whether they bring him in motion, putting him somewhere where we can't account for him, and then he's on my fantasy, so I don't want him scoring on us, but a lot. But if anybody scores, I want him to score.
All I'm saying is we got new guys in that back end.
Yeah.
This ain't a St. Juice
I
situation.
got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I actually think that Marshawn Lattimore and Trey Amos actually match up really well with him.
Yes.
Because everyone says, oh, it's AJ Brown. They can't cover AJ. AJ Brown is a freak stallion.
A freak.
He's a big, fast, strong, nuanced route runner.
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors is a smaller, not small, but a smaller guy.
Sports guy.
He's like a Jamar Chase.
Yeah, he's a sports guy.
And I feel like you can disrupt him.
Yes.
And watching Marshawn, like I forgot how strong he is.
Yeah.
Like with his hands, and again, Trey Amos with his hands, and it feels like it feels like a better matchup for those guys. Yeah. Is that a fair thing to say? Yeah. You guys are a resident DB expert.
The other thing about it is I went back and watched the battle between Trey Amos and one Malik Neighbors while Trey Amos was at Alabama.
Look at this guy did his homework. Do you think he actually did that though?
No.
Y'all can't see me just like this. No. In there, like you can't see me under the microscope.
I don't see you cooking. And you tell me you do it all the time. So
me the professor, I did go into the lab, and he did pretty good against him. Mm-hmm. Like he did pretty good against him, and you want that familiarity. Like
that's a good point.
That's what he do have. And then the one thing about it is, he can beat you in the phone booth. He one of those wide receivers where he's he's so twitchy. Yeah, but I believe these guys they'll reach out and touch somebody.
Mm-hmm. I think so too.
That's what you got to do against him.
That's what I've been waiting.
And again, like Russell Wilson. And again, this is not an indictment necessarily of Malik Neighbors, or like. And I think it shows that the DB room's gotten better. But Russell Wilson's not like a tight window thrower.
That ain't his thing.
So if you can disrupt him, he wants to throw the moon ball. He wants to throw the post, the comeback. He wants to throw outside the numbers. And Malik Neighbors, like his skill set is like I can run a shallow, I can run a slant, I can run a tight choice route. Like I can do some of the short area stuff. And Russ,
that ain't his thing.
So yeah, I'm gonna, now that I've talked about it a little bit, I'm gonna say hell yeah.
You with me?
No, he'll be held without a touchdown. So
Okay.
I almost changed my vote because I was with you. I was like, wait, I can't.
No way, I'm with him. Yeah, you are.
All right, Russell Wilson will account for 3+ turnovers. If he does, we'll win this damn game.
I'm gonna say that's a lot of turnovers, man. I go 2. I go an interception and a fumble.
That's what he had last year in Pittsburgh, right? He had a fumble and interception.
I go interception and a fumble.
I hate being this guy. I'm gonna say hell no. I mean, I just think it's too many touchdowns.
That's a lot of turnovers.
That's a lot of turnovers for a veteran quarterback
in week 1.
Yeah, I'm going 2 turnovers. An interception, one of both varieties. A fumble, an interception. Interception comes late.
So hell no.
So I'm going hell no.
Yeah, and I like the late interception because they're gonna have to. They'll be behind.
They'll be trying to come back.
And again, like he's got to know.
Yeah.
Brian Daboll, I if I had any kind of money, I would put a lot of like the day are in the meeting, like do not turn the ball over because our defense can win this game for us.
And the fact that Russell know that J-Bo is sitting over there. You know they ain't gonna hesitate to put Jameis in that game.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a veteran quarterback.
He had 2 turnovers last year in the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, like, you got a guy like if it was just him and Jackson Dart, he could get away with a couple 3-pick games, whatever. Yeah. But not with Jameis over there. Like you know that as a quarterback.
Well, they dress all 3 of those guys. So who you think would be?
Well, now you can. Apparently, the third quarterback doesn't count against your roster number on game day.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
So you can dress 3.
So you can dress 3.
But people have been bastardizing that.
So so how many people can dress on game day now?
So what is it? It used to be 45.
40.
Now it's 52, right?
Yeah.
No, it's 53 to be on the roster.
But yeah,
I'm talking about how many can dress. I think it's like 47.
47, and then now it can be 48 if you dress a quarterback.
Because
I think it was because of the COVID thing or something.
And
if I'm wrong, leave a comment.
They don't want B. Mitch playing quarterback again. Like they want a quarterback to actually quarterback the game.
Well, B. Mitch was a quarterback that they made a special team guy / running back.
Yeah, they don't want Julian Edelman quarterbacking them.
Yeah. So I will say this though. I was thinking about it. I do think the back end's better. Yeah. So are you going to get more ball production? Because like every day in training camp, Mike Sanders had an interception, like tip ball, whatever.
Yeah.
Like Trey Amos, better ball skills.
Yeah.
Marshall Lattimore, better ball skills.
And they're going to be scared. They're not going to try. They're going to try Amos before they try Lattimore.
So,
you're the rookie. You're going to get tried.
Yeah. Maybe because they're better in the back end. I don't know. 3's a lot though.
Three is a lot. I can't do Russ like that. You know, I can throw a little hate his way. I ain't going to throw that hate.
You could talk a so in your mouth. Hell no.
Yeah. No, I'm going to say hell no. Just because it's a lot, but there is a path where it does happen.
I say 2.
I say 2.
I say 2.
All right. Jaden Daniels will account for 3 touchdowns.
Hell yeah.
They can be by land or by sea. Like that can happen any way you want to. Like, listen, that can easily be 2 rushing touchdowns and 1 throwing, 3 throwing. Like that can happen in plenty of ways.
Yeah, with these guys that he has now, you know, at his disposal, I feel like you're gonna see a lot of him putting a lot of touchdowns in the air. I mean, don't get me wrong, we know he could do it on the ground because anytime something break down with this guy, he has a nose for that end zone. But man, he has some. It's one thing last year we saw, we talked about this out the gate, you need more receivers. Yeah. And he showed you, I don't need more receivers. I got enough right here. But now to actually have the names to go with what he does special. Yeah. And then your tight end playing as well as he played last year, you just know that they're going to have more packages for, Zach to go out there and do his thing. You see what I'm saying? So,
and he picked up a little weight. Yeah. I enjoy that. He had the off season with plenty of steaks and plenty of weights. Yeah. All right. So he picked up just a couple of pounds, and that's what you want right there.
Oldie but goodie right there. Yeah. Oldie but goodie Fredism.
Yeah. They coming back.
So what I will say, this is a really interesting thing to me schematically because it kind of shows like what they want to be offensively. Like, do they give him more responsibility in the red zone?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
And so if they do, 3 touchdowns seems viable. But remember, like last year, they were pretty heavy running the ball inside the 5-yard line for a touchdown.
Do you think they give him more responsibility at the line of scrimmage?
I mean, he had a lot last year. Yeah. So, I mean, it's hard for me to think about him getting more.
Why not?
We have Debo. So don't forget, when he come in motion, we could just push that ball out to him and let him have a little run off in the end zone. So, I mean, you have plays like that. Debo can be your short yardage running back / receiver. You throw him a little slip screen and get us 5 yards.
I would not hesitate in the red zone to bring 5 wide receivers in and motion Debo to see what coverage they in. Yeah. You're going to have to show me your hand.
And I think the other thing too is like, this is something I get really excited about as like a football nerd. It's like, how has the offense changed? Like, does Jaden have a little bit more responsibility? Do we still lean on the run early in the season? Like, who are we? Who do we want to be? Like, what's the plan? Yeah. Kind of, because again, like you don't really know. Preseason doesn't tell you, right? Training camp doesn't really tell you.
Nothing tell you.
Because I was thinking like, how many times like, what was it? It was 2012, right? Mm-hmm. When we played New Orleans. Like, we didn't really run a lot of this like RPO bubble stuff in training camp, but as we got into that game week, it was like, oh, this is who we're going to be. And I think there's a little bit of that maybe going on here.
You know what? I remember watching y'all. Robert kind of toted y'all at that time.
What? Toted?
Yeah, Robert toted y'all to us.
He ain't have to. He just threw the ball to all the special guys on the outside. You know, when you special outside, man, bro, that year was so special to me. And this is what I say about what we have. Like, when you can have all your receiver room with 500 to 600 yards because it's so many weapons, that's what we have here now. Yeah. You have so many guys that can get it done. Like, Noah don't get enough credit for what he meant to this receiver core last year.
He did.
We know what Terry can do. Debo, we know what he can be if he's healthy and have a full, arsenal, or have a full chance to be the guy that he can be. And then you have so many other weapons in Zach and our running backs who can catch the ball out the backfield. So when I look at that, and then you have I guess you can say the fourth multiplier, like you always say.
That's what he is.
Jaden Daniels he's elite of elite. Because he's not just beating you with his legs. You have to respect that he can do it. But he beat you with his arm. He beat you here. He know how to.
As the key is the enforced multiplier.
Bingo. So you saw.
As De'Ami Brown is the enforced multiplier.
Yeah, they pockets a little fat over there.
They pockets didn't multiply.
So when I see a quarterback that has proven to the league that you guys, like, think about that game, that NFC Championship game. Philly say we not finna rush him. We finna sit back in coverage. Yeah. And guess what we was doing? First down.
That's pretty impressive.
First down.
Actually.
Yeah. First down.
He was not the reason we lost.
Yeah. So that's why I say the sky's the limit for what he can be offensively this year with just the weapons he have at his disposal.
Yeah. So are we Jane Daniels will account for 3 touchdowns? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Northwest Stadium will be the loudest it's been in years.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Listen,
week 1?
We caught them off guard last year. Like, the fans didn't even know what to do. By the time we were week 5, they were like, oh!
I remember you doing I remember listening, because when I'm driving home, sometimes I listen to your post game and you're like, it's okay to have nice things, guys. It's okay to be happy.
Yeah, it's okay. Because they were like, should I smile? Should I talk trash to the Cowboys? I'm like, yes.
But what I would say too is we wasn't packing. We had a lot of fans there, but we sold out now. Yeah. It's sold out with our fans now. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're gonna have a couple of G-men. You're gonna see some of their colors over
blue. There. Yeah.
But we're gonna treat them how Miami treated Notre Dame.
Yeah. Oh, we're
gonna make them feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Oh yeah. But don't think you coming down here and you're gonna be comfortable in our seats this time around.
Listen, I was with him the other night. He done threw up to you the whole night. I didn't know what to do. I done put my hand in the middle of that U 9 times.
Threw up to you with us.
You claiming the U now?
No. This dude crazy, man.
Oh, goodness.
But that's how it's going to feel at Northwest Stadium when you see all that, that burgundy and gold, man. And then it's going to be a special day, man.
That'd be cool,
man. And the fan base going into the season with the expectations.
Yeah.
Like, I think we went into the season last year I think the fan base went in there just chipper and happy. Yeah. Not really expecting playoffs.
I don't even know if they were happy. Like it was crazy. Like, because there's so much bad,
they didn't
so
know
much
what
bad.
to expect.
And then all of a sudden it's good. And I'm telling you, I didn't know.
They were shell-shocked.
I remember doing this show being like, is this real? Like, are we okay? But it feels real now, so it's exciting. And obviously you can tell we cannot wait for this game against the Giants.
Yeah, man.
Divisional game at home, Northwest Stadium. It's going to be awesome, man. Really, really, really excited. But that's going to do it for today's show. Make sure you like and subscribe where I get your content. And that's it. The Command Center podcast was filmed at the Big Bear AI Command Center studio. Big Bear AI offers mission-ready AI for a rapidly evolving world, proudly protecting the Washington Commanders and its fans.